Well, it's been a little while, but the Force is still strong with this one. Okay. So, we got a bit of Star Wars news, and hopefully I can talk about Star Wars without there being a friggin' flame war in the comments. Seriously, guys, this is just an announcement for what's going on with one of the TV shows. Can we keep it civil for once? I'm starting to dread talking about this topic. Don't make me stop, because I like Star Wars. Anyways, so there have been announcements of a new Star Wars TV series for a little while. You know, a live action, not just, you know, because we're getting the revival of the Clone Wars and you know, stuff like that. But I mean, Jon Favreau, director Jon Favreau, director of the original Iron Man, actually first two Iron Man, but second one's not that good. But the first two Iron Man films, he is, you know, executive producing this new show. And we have a title for it. And it's called The Mandalorian. Before you get yourself too excited, official word on this seems to indicate that it is neither Boba nor Jango Fett. This is said to be set between the Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. And the very brief sort of little log line that was given seems to indicate some other character who would be able to hold the title of Mandalorian. The exact words of the synopsis is as follows. After the stories of Jango and Boba Fett, another warrior emerges in the Star Wars universe. The Mandalorian is set after the fall of the Empire and before the emergence of the First Order. We follow the travails of a lone gunfighter in the outer reaches of the galaxy from the authority of the New Republic. Okay, so what does this say? It says, first of all, that they don't know their audience worth a dang if they think Star Wars fans are going to give a crap about any Mandalorian who isn't Boba Fett. That said, they might know that, and I would not be shocked if it either turns out that this character is going to later be revealed to be Boba Fett down the line, and they're stupidly trying to hold that off as a twist, or failing that Boba Fett is going to show up at some point. He just is. Like, it's called The Mandalorian. You can't, not having Boba Fett in some way involved, you know, if it's something stupid, like somebody has taken up his armor or, you know, his name or something, but he's still dead, I don't think anyone's going to care. I really don't. And I think they might know that, but we'll see. So the whole thing with Jon Favreau being involved, I don't know what to make of that. Because the man's got, you know, his best chops are in film. He's worked in TV before, you know, he's directed a number of pilots. But the shows that he had a role similar to what he's supposed to have on this, there were two. There was Revolution, which was got decent reviews and only lasted 2 seasons. And then there was the Shannara Chronicles, which got middling reviews and also only lasted 2 seasons. So he doesn't have the best track record on TV so far. That said, I mean, you know, the man does know film fairly well, and you know, maybe he hasn't had the right material, but I would have preferred like somebody with a stronger television background than Jon Favreau has, you know, to be heading this up, and maybe they'll partner him with somebody who is more experienced. But at the same time, you know, the people with the kind of steady creative hand that you would probably want for this probably don't want to be answering to somebody else and would want that level of control. So who knows how this is going to pan out. So I'm a little bit iffy on his involvement, not because I think he's bad for it, but just because I'm going by his TV track record, which is not the best. There have been rumors of a live-action Star Wars TV series forever. Like, supposedly this was what George Lucas was going to do instead of doing episode 7, 8, 9. And but his problem was that the episodes, to have them be up to Star Wars, standards, were going to be so expensive that it was cost prohibitive. Except we now live in the age of Game of Thrones, where we have 1-hour episodes of television that have, they have the budget of a small film. So, the TV landscape has changed, and we now might be ready for something like that. They need to be able to have it visually on the level of the films. They do, because the films are there for comparison. So that's what's going to be really tough, is going to be controlling the cost. Because unlike something like, say, Star Trek, where you have the benefit of, the interior sets of your ship, that's a fixed set. You build it once, you just use the heck out of it. And then, as necessary, you can write scripts that don't require a ton of additional alien stuff, a bunch of special effects for a space fight, or an alien world or whatever. You can work around that. But with a world like Star Wars, it's harder to say. With the sort of the way the description is, it sounds very outlaw western. So I have to wonder if it's gonna go for more of a, for lack of a better way to put this, sort of a Wild West Tatooine Cantina kind of vibe, and have it more or less in a fixed location at the very least for the first season, and then maybe taking off in later seasons, assuming that it does well enough to justify the cost. That's me just completely spitballing, going off very little. But yeah, the title implies Boba Fett. The synopsis says not. He's got to be in here somewhere. That's my way of thinking on this. But what do you guys think? Star Wars, a live-action TV show. Oh, and also, for my money, I didn't see where this has been confirmed. If it hasn't, it will be. This is going to end up being exclusive to Disney's upcoming streaming service. I guarantee you that. Because this is the kind of thing that you put out to make the service more enticing. It's what Titans is supposed to be for the DC streaming. Except nobody really likes the look of that thing. Yeah. So for my money, it's totally gonna be that. But that'll wrap up my thoughts on this one. Live action Star Wars show, The Mandalorian. Whatever that ends up meaning. What do you think it means? What are your thoughts about this? Whatever they are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. A whole bunch of stuff to do, buttons, links, including one that takes you to my Patreon, plus a lot of others besides. Check them out if you feel like it, but if you don't sweat it, because just remember, you are the council, I only run the meetings, and until next time, this council is adjourned.